Welcome everyone to the No Hassle website presentation / demo and the opportunity to ask questions in regards to No Hassle website. I have the beautiful Netta Talmor with us, who is the creator, designer, head tech support guru when it comes to No Hassle website, and she will be a pivotal part of your website journey if you decide to go down the No Hassle website journey or path. So I will pass the floor over, or the mic over to Netta, and she will show us everything that we need to know to set up a website for our candle businesses.
Hello, everyone. Very, very lovely to be here. Thank you so much, Christy, for inviting me. So first of all, you should know this is very casual. It's not a sales pitch. It's nothing like that. You ask me questions. You tell me what you want to know. No Hassle website is a plug and play WordPress website that I originally designed. The first version of it was in 2016. Wow, it's a lot. And it evolved over the years. Most of my clients are service-based and don't have physical products. So that's where it's a little different. However, everything is there already for you to be able to use it as a full e-commerce physical product website and beyond. So that's really what, I want to show you and share with you how it can be done. Ask me any questions about feature, anything really, or specific needs that you may have. I can tell you if it's possible to do or not possible to do, any kind of vision that you have. In general, I don't know how much experience you have, any of you, with WordPress websites, but the beauty of a WordPress website, unlike a website that is built on a platform like Wix or Squarespace, is that you are the owner of the website, or Shopify. Probably Shopify is big in your industry. All these websites are what we call third-party platform. You're basically renting space on their platform, right? You have to pay every month forever to be able to run your shop on someone else's. You're renting space basically, right? And with a WordPress website, regardless of if it's a No Hassle website or a WordPress website that you start on your own, you are the owner of your own website. It's a huge difference. That also means you have some more responsibilities. You have to take care of some things in the back end. However, that's exactly where No Hassle comes into place. I tried to make it as simple and plug and play as possible for my clients, whether it's, candle makers or coaches, whatever it is. To be able to do it on their own, to be able to customize, change, add, remove, brand it any way they want and grow with it, and have full control and ownership. So that's what that's all about. I can share my screen, but just a second, Kirsty. Maybe I got it right now. So I want to see just before, because I have here, login information. What am I looking at? Luna? Okay, just a second. Let's see if I can actually log in to my own demos. I don't usually log into my own demos, so that's been a while. Let's see if I got it right. I am in. Success, people. Okay, so let me just share the screen now. Okay, that's good. And can I share the screen? Do I have the rights to share the screen?
You do.
I think I do. Okay, fantastic. I hope this is the whole window, not just the tab. Okay, so you're supposed to see now the first page of the homepage of my website, No Hassle website. Okay, not the product. I just want to show you, any of you who want to learn more beyond what I tell you here, and this is where you can go, nohasslewebsite.com. And I'm clicking now on the demos here at the top. So we have 5 different demos of No Hassle website. So if you choose to purchase a No Hassle website at any time, it's always available. You will have to choose one of the 5. But what I want to show you, I'll just scroll quickly, you can get an idea. You can click on any one of these live demos and it will actually open the entire website in full. I'll show you all the website you can see. So for example, if I click here on live demo or our Muse, they all have love. Oh, you see, that's the one I locked myself out of. Just a second. So I won't do that. I will go to one of our others. I can't believe I locked myself out. So here's Luna, for example. I'll go to Fortuna. Okay, live demo. and you will be able to do it yourself. You're going to see a demo of a complete website. Okay, this is a full website. If you purchase a No Hassle website, you'll choose one of our demos. We will install exactly this. So it's not just the homepage. You'll have all the pages you can click, you can visit, you know, the about page, the home page. There's a schedule page, there's a blog page. I'll talk about these things and how I recommend adjusting them for an e-commerce website, but we will install for you this entire website. That means that you will get a complete website, not just something you have to start building from scratch, not just some pages. It's a complete website. Everything is already connected, and the back end has all the features that you need as well. So for example, we have a shop. On all the demos have a shop. So if we scroll down here, you can see that this is an actual shop, right? We have 3 products as sample products, but you can add as many products as you want, as many categories. I'll talk about it in a second, but you will get all of this. And once you get that from us, you get all the instructions and step-by-step tutorials, and you will start changing everything, the colors, the fonts, the images. You will disable pages that you don't want. You can add pages, you can work on your shop, you know, add, as I said, as many products as you want, as many categories as you want. There's no additional cost. Like, I'm comparing it to Shopify because I know that's very popular. There's no extra cost for any of these things. You just put and design whatever you want, and then you'll have your full, you know, e-commerce business shop. Plus, I don't know if some of you do other things, like, you know, maybe service-based. You can have physical products, you can have digital products, you can have a downloadable product, services, you know, whatever you want. So that's basically how it works. But what I want to show you is that actually all these demos are actually the same. So all the pages are the same. So every one of our demos has the same kind of home page. It looks a little different because of the colors, images, and fonts, but it really has the same exact like elements. Let me show you if I go to the home page here. So this one is for tuna, right? And here I have, just a second, and let me go to the Luna one. I've just opened. Here's our Luna, okay? So you will see that although the design is different, this is our Luna one, okay? And this is our Fortuna one. They actually have the same elements, meaning at the top, there's a place to write your business name. There's a place for an image. There's a place for a little blurb and a button. Let's work together. If we go to Luna, you'll see that we have the same things. It's just designed differently, okay? So you have a place for an image, you have the business, you have the, you know, the little blurb, and let's work together. So this is just an example. All 5 demos have the exact same elements, exact same pages, and exact same potential in terms of design and features. So it doesn't matter which one you choose. You can do anything you can do on one of them, you can do on the other. So the key, if you are interested, if you like the idea, is to really start with the one you like the most, and then you're going to completely customize it any way you want. So I just, Kirsty, I don't know, you want to stop, people want to ask questions. There's plenty more to say. I just don't want to just blurb for like 30 minutes. So
we'll see if anyone's got any questions in regards to the 5 demos or the 5 different similar layouts. If there's any questions about how you would incorporate, say, like a hero shot of a candle, or perhaps listing a few products on that homepage. But of course, we do have the actual shop page as well, where you would have all of your products. But if there are any questions so far, I'll give you an opportunity to ask them.
Okay, so I will continue, but anyone, if you have questions. So because I locked myself, I don't know why I did that. The one that I usually recommend when people ask about an e-commerce, if they want to use the website, is the Athena. The only reason, but I locked myself out of the Athena and the other one. I'm sorry, because it protects you, right? I was trying to log in like a bot, trying all kinds of passwords, and I locked myself out just in the last 5 minutes. Sorry for that. In any case, I do recommend you do take a look at the Athena, just because the Athena, unlike the other ones, it doesn't have, you can see here a little bit, it doesn't have like the face of the person, the service, if it's a service-based business, many times we put our face there. It's just like more visual, and it has this hero image in the background, but it doesn't matter. We can do this hero image just the same. We can replace this one with a hero image. You understand, right? So you have full customizability, if that's a word, on any of them. By the way, I don't know if any of you have experience. So No Hassle websites are all built with the Divi theme and page builder. So if you know how WordPress works, there are two very important elements. One is called the theme, and one is called plugins. So the theme is what kind of determines the way you design and the elements that you have on the page, let's say, okay, in the design. So that's the theme is called Divi in our case, and you all have, like, all of them have that. But with Divi, it has its own page builder, which is basically a drag and drop page builder. So you can create anything you want. Many of the most beautiful websites you see out there are built with Divi, because Divi is a big favorite of many designers. It's one of the top, like, 2 or 3 themes and page builders out there for WordPress. And then we have something called plugins. Plugins, I'll show you. I'm logged into the back end of the Luna website, because I was able to log in and not lock myself, so that was good. So I'm now clicking, and I'm in the dashboard. I'm in the back end now of the Luna website, okay, just so you can see here. And on the side here, you're going to see all kinds of, this is called the dashboard. You see, for example, WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is the plugin that powers the e-commerce element of website. Okay, so a plugin, I like to explain it a little bit as an app for your website. So any kind of new feature you want to add, you're going to look for a plugin. Now, there are thousands and thousands of plugins for WordPress. And generally speaking, I always like to say, if you are thinking of a plugin that you want, someone probably already made that plugin. It exists probably, okay? That's the beauty of WordPress as opposed to third-party platforms. In third-party platform, you're limited to what they give you, the features that they have, okay, that they develop. With WordPress, because it's open source, any developer can develop a plugin to enhance a feature. So many of them are free, and many of them also are free, but then if you want some pro features, you have to pay for it. Just so you know, that doesn't go to us. If you choose to enhance in some way your website and the plugin has a cost, then you will pay that to the developer of the plugin. Usually plugins are quite cheap, okay? Usually, and many times it's just one time or once a year. But most of my clients, regardless if they're e-commerce or service-based, don't buy and don't purchase a single plugin, because we already include pretty much everything you need. Divi, for example, is a paid theme, of course, and there are other plugins that I include, and I pay developer fees, so my clients don't have to buy them, okay? So you pretty much have everything you need here, but sometimes you may want to enhance it. So for example, just giving you an example, WooCommerce is the e-commerce part, as I said. And let's say you're in Australia and you ship things, there's a plugin for your Australian shipping, whatever, national shipping company, right? So that someone designed a plugin to make it easy for Australian people who use e-commerce to be able to print out labels for shipping, for example, okay? Do you understand? So those are the kind of things you may want to add that are not already on your website, but 99% of what you need is already here. Kirsty, did you want to say something? I think you unmuted yourself. Yeah.
Yes, I just wanted to just say at this point that looking at the dashboard, it might look a little bit overwhelming, but I promise you it is fairly easy to wrap your head around the different sections and how to customize the website. What actually comes with the No Hassle website purchase or program, platform rather, is video tutorials about how to use the website and how to customize it, so you're not left alone on your journey. Plus there's tech support the whole way through as well. So if you're looking at this thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do this myself, you won't actually be alone. Okay,
that's great. Thank you, Kirsty. Just, I want you to know that everything I design, I assume my clients are self-proclaimed non-techies that have never built a website before. So that's the starting point of everything I say and explain in the step-by-step tutorials. So people who build No Hassle website, in most cases, have never built a website before. And all they do is, after you purchase, you fill out the form, my team installs your website and sends you this magical welcome email that has everything you need in it. It comes with this PDF that tells you log in here and click here to go to the instructions, and you watch the first video and you just follow along. You don't need to learn anything. You just follow along and you learn through the process. And I literally show you, click here, change your email from this to this, click save, go, like anything you need to do is all there. And what happens, I will be totally honest with you. I've been doing it for 7.5 years. I'm going to say 90% of my clients have no problem. They just, if you invest the time in going through this, you will get your website. You won't believe it. You'll feel so good with yourself. It really empowers, and it really gives you control over your business. 10%, either, it's every step of the way is a struggle. Those who want among them to continue and go through this, they just need to open a support ticket, and we are here and we are patient and we will walk you through everything. 5%, I would say 5% of the clients just, they don't want to do it. They don't get it. It's not for them. So if you suspect that you are one of those, let me tell you, most likely you are not going to have a problem, but there is a tiny percentage of people who have this problem. I just want to be completely honest. It's such a tiny, tiny amount that I don't even consider it like, a part of our clientele, because almost everyone who wants to build their website will be able to do it simply by following the instructions. Do not be alarmed by all of these things. They're just shortcuts to things on the website. So, yeah, I just want to show you a couple of things, especially about the shop and how I envision it. So if we go, remember, this is not the one that I would recommend necessarily that you start with, but let's say, or let me go just a second. I'll show, let's look at Luna. Okay. For all purposes, we'll be doing everything in Luna. So when you want to build an e-commerce shop, you want to really put the emphasis on the visuals of your products. That's usually how we do it. Okay. So anything that you see here, remember, could be replaced with whatever you want or modified. So instead of services, so here at the top, we would put a beautiful hero image, large image, okay? And then you would change where it says my business name, you would change it to your business name. Where it says this little blurb, you will say, the little hook of your business, okay? Instead of let's work together, you'll change it to, catalog, purchase, my candles, collection, whatever you want to say, right? And that button will then go to wherever you want it to go, most likely directly to the shop, okay? Then where we say services, you can now change it. You'll just change the word services to, categories or best sellers or types of whatever you want, right? And then you will present, instead of this Buddha, you'll have your candles for Christmas. I have no idea what you actually do, okay? So whatever it is, you will put the picture that you want. You will write the description that you want. Excuse me for a second. And the button, instead of being schedule a call, again, will go to the category of the candles that you want. Okay, so you can manage the navigation, excuse me, any way you want. Okay, services number 2 would be another category. Services number 3 would be another category. You can now, you only see 3 categories, not a problem. You want to have 10 categories, you can have 10 categories. You want to have just 2, you can have 2. You can do whatever you want. You just enable, disable, duplicate, and so on, okay? I do recommend all small businesses to have a blurb about yourself, a section about yourself, and a good about me page. Especially if you're kind of a one-woman show. It's the About Me page is one of the most visited pages on small business websites. It's very important, actually, so I would leave it here as well. And then, for example, here at the bottom, we have an opportunity to have people join our mailing list. So don't know if you're, how savvy you are with online businesses, but you may want to, to get your potential client's email address and start sending them newsletters, specials at 10% discount for the first time they purchase. So you see, we already have everything like built in. So you'll just have to change it, and that's how you will collect the email. Okay. And so it goes with all the pages. So for an e-commerce shop, I would recommend, I'm just scrolling up here, I would recommend having the home page, an about page. You will remove the schedule page, most likely, because most of my clients, as I said, are usually service-based, so they need scheduling. A blog, you can disable it at the beginning if you don't want to deal with it and when you launch your website, but it is something that is highly encouraged to, to write blog posts. You can get more people to visit your website through your posts. Then your shop, okay, it will just be shop. It won't be shop and services, and contact. As simple as that. That's it. That's what you need for a good e-commerce website. And if we go back to the shop here, so in this case, this is how the shop looks on Luna. Of course, each one of these represents a product and the pictures that you will put. And you can have, as I said before, as many products as you want, as many categories as you want. So you can create different categories. And then under shop, when people hover over the menu at the top shop, it will have a drop down of all your categories. Okay, like everything you're used to see in e-commerce websites, you will be able to do here. I just want to emphasize WooCommerce. That's the plugin that powers your website, your e-commerce area. WooCommerce is the most popular e-commerce platform in the world because it's built into WooCommerce. Okay, and pretty much every company in the world, I mean that is related to, so shipping services, payment processors, I don't know, there are companies that do like print on demand shop, things like that. They all connect to WooCommerce, right? Because they want to be able to connect. So you can connect, you can do PayPal and Stripe. And as I said, pretty much any payment processor in the world connects also to WooCommerce, which is quite rare because most don't connect to all things. And other types of extras that you may want to connect, they all integrate beautifully with WooCommerce. People experience a regular checkout experience. They add to cart, they get to checkout page, they put in their address, they put in their credit card, they check out, you get the notification, they get the notification. You can edit and add like shipping information, and when you send it, you can add the tracking, all the things that you need. I don't know, you need all these things, Kirsty, for your businesses? Yes. Okay, all these things are already part of WooCommerce. As I said, it's the most popular e-commerce in the world. So that's about the shop. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that you can really create whatever kind of website you imagine. You can add a page for gallery, so like anything you want, you can do. There's no extra cost for editing your website, adding things, adding, products or pages. It's all there. And all you need to do is follow my step-by-step instructions or reach out by opening a support ticket, and you will get help from someone. My team now, I think we're 10 people now all over the world at all times. Don't be afraid that I'm in Canada. In fact, many of my team members are in the Philippines, much closer to you, and the hours are, around the clock, so not a problem. We don't really take any days off. I mean, the members take days off, but it's really 365 days a year. When people open a support ticket, they usually hear from us within a few hours, maximum 1 day, like for anything. So you're never left alone to figure out things. In fact, there's a rule in No Hassle. If you get stuck on something for more than 10 minutes, you are forbidden from continuing to work on it. You must stop. That's the rule. And you need to open a support ticket and move on to something else. What that has done over the years for my clients is it prevented them from going into rabbit holes of, all day trying to do something that literally takes 5 minutes. Just open the ticket. We will show you how to do it in a video, most likely, and move on to something else. There's always something else to do. There's no reason to spend hours on a technical thing that in most cases we can tell you literally in 5 minutes how to fix it or move on. And that has been huge for my community over the years. And, I've been told that having their back is the biggest thing, because a WordPress website just so you know, is free. A WordPress website. It's open source. Anyone can create a WordPress website, but you start from scratch and have to figure out everything and connect all the dots and design it. That's really what I saved, you know, people from doing by designing a no hassle website, and then giving the support is really what makes the difference. So yeah, I can talk a lot, so I'm going to stop now.
No, that's really good. I think we'll see if anyone has any questions about the No Hassle website, or anything that you've shown so far. So Chrissy, I've seen you unmuted. So do you have a question?
I did. Just if you, I'm not sure about the pricing or anything like that. I haven't looked at the No Hassle website and the different options that you have available. But if you were to proceed and with one of the options, and you go down, and once you start building things and find, oh no, another one would have been better, can you swap?
Oh, another demo, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so good questions. I'll answer also about the pricing, because I think it's important. So the price is one time, very important, one time $99 US. Canadian and Australian is very similar, so it's about $135, $140 Canadian, Australian probably for you nowadays. That's it, one time. That is all, and you own your website forever. Okay, just so you know. So I've priced it that way in 2016, and I have, despite inflation, I've always kept it the same price. So that's a one time, and then our support is free forever. Okay, like that, there's no extra. However, once we install, it's that demo. Okay, it's that demo. But Chrissy, two things you need to know. One, anything that can be done on one of them can be done on another one. Number two, there are things that we charge symbolic charges. So for example, if someone wants to change their domain, let's say we installed it on chrissypratley.com, and now you're like, no, I want it on chrissyshop.com. Okay, even a year from now, we charge just $20 to move you to a different domain, because there's a process. We have to copy your website. Same goes for a demo. We can replace the demo for a small fee, because it's the same action as I just described to you. Okay, so it's not like it's life or death decision, and you can customize anything you want anyway. And if it worst come to worst, and you're like, you've been working on it for 2 weeks, and you're like, it's just not going the direction I want, we can reset you with a tiny, literally a tiny charge. Now, I'll already tell you, if we install it, and literally the day after, like, oh, I'm sorry, I wanted the other one, we usually do it for free. I'm just telling you, the worst case scenario would be that we charge a very small fee. You don't need to buy again anything, but there is work involved. We have to set up things again, override what we did. So those are the prices and the demo. But any feature that you see, so you can tell, sometimes you're like, oh, I really like how the 3 services are set up on Athena, but I have Luna. Can you help me? We'll just show you how to do it. It's 5 minutes on Divi to recreate that section that you may like. That's how it goes.
Another question, sorry. I noticed when you were in the back end that there was an area for appearance and things like that. So can you change the coloring, like the appearance, so that it's your brand colors? And is there
yes, of course, colors,
your brand colors,
images, fonts. So let me show you. We really need to update this. I'm on the No Hassle website. If we go to the showcase page, we really need to update it. I just want to show you every single one of these websites that you see. It shows which one it started from. So look, this is Athena. Someone got this and made this. You see all the pink and everything. And another person got the same Athena and made it look like this. You see? So these are the same. It started the same. They just made the changes. Okay. Look at this Luna one. So the woman Angie who got this website started with Luna. This one, the same one I'm showing you. Okay, you see how different it is, because she's super colorful. Angie, she has usually purple hair. She's very colorful, so you can see her website is very good. She changed the backgrounds, right? She changed the font, she put on new images. It looks completely different. That's the beauty of it, okay? Here, Fortuna, look at this, Clio, okay? Another one of our designs, Luna. So it looks completely different, okay? Here's a Clio one. Look at how, you know, colorful it is here. And look, this is another Clio one. You see? So very, very different. I hope you get that. It's one of the first things. In fact, let me show you something. And yeah, it doesn't matter where I go. So website, just a second. And so here's our instructions page that anyone who buys will get it. And here you can see my step-by-step instructions. It's not a secret, it's public information. And you can see exactly how I walk you through. And one of the first things you do is in video number 3, you choose your color palette and you change what we call the global colors. So you change it in just a few places and changes across the entire website. This you can play around with, like you can go back and change the colors again if you want. So these are all the instructions. So not only do we have tutorials for Divi, so you become a mini expert in Divi and know how to edit things after you watch these 2 videos and start working on the website, but also there is a special video for each one of the demos, because each one of the demos has some unique features, you know, how it looks. So I have a special video for each one of them. And then we continue with, you know, editing the pages, buttons, footer, opt-in, schedule, blog, services, like everything you need to know. And there are often additional video tutorials if we see that people need something. So it's all here. It's public. You're, you know, if you want to check it out even before you purchase, you can do that. Okay. Anything else? Yeah.
I have one more. What if you have purchased your domain? You might not be able to enter this, but if you've purchased your domain through one of the third-party e-commerce,
I can answer everything, almost everything. Yeah. Okay.
I don't
May I
know
ask
whether you
which
can
company?
transfer that over or
Yeah, I'll explain about domain. Where did you buy your domain?
sure. So through Shopify.
Through Shopify. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between a domain registrar. That's where you buy a domain. Most popular ones are GoDaddy, Crazy Domains you have in Australia, right? So those are domain registrars. That's where you buy your domain. We are not a domain registrar company. I can become one. I never bothered with it. So we do not sell domains. So your domain will remain with Shopify. You will have to renew your domain with Shopify every year. Now, just renewing a domain should be very cheap. It should be around $20 a year or so. Okay. So if they connect it to other things and force you, or maybe they gave it to you for free and now you can't, I don't know, like there are deals in with some of these. If you're the owner of your domain and you get a renewal for the domain every year, you will remain with Shopify just to renew it. It will remain your domain registrar. Okay. Now, how does it work? There's something called name servers. So you're going to point your name servers to our hosting. Okay. And that's where we will install it for you. So your domain will be looking at us instead of looking at Shopify, which it is doing now. Most people don't have their domain with Shopify. Most have, like I said, GoDaddy, Crazy Domains, 123reg, and so on. So you simply log into where you bought your domain, and instead of pointing it where it's going now, wherever your website is and so on, you will point it to us. Now, I do want to say something about the price. So I mentioned before, to buy No Hassle website is one time only $99 US. However, all websites need to live somewhere. They need to be hosted. So a website, just, you know, is files and database. Okay, those need to live somewhere. You don't have big computers at home that hold, you know, the the files and the database. Those need to live somewhere else in hosting companies. Okay, so there are many hosting companies as well. GoDaddy is a big hosting company as well, but also SiteGround and PapaHost, all kinds of hosting companies. The beauty of having a WordPress website is that you get to choose where you host it, because you're the owner. You understand? You're the owner of the database and the files. You choose where to put them. So you can move them around, okay, as well, which you cannot do with a Shopify. shop. It lives only on Shopify. It's their own system, right? With a WordPress, you own it, you can move it around. So when you pay 99 US dollars, I say US dollars just because I know you're not here, so to make sure that we're on the same page. When you pay and purchase a No Hassle website, we give you 6 months free hosting on our servers. We have great servers. We give you 6 months free hosting on our servers. It makes it really easy for people to start. They don't have to look for a hosting company. It's all good and easy, and we immediately install it on our hosting. If you already have a WordPress hosting service, we can host it there, but most don't, so we host it with us. After 6 months, we start charging $9 a month for hosting. Okay, it's very, very compared to others, it's a very, very good price, because we not only give you hosting, we also give you free SSL that gives that green padlock. We give you daily backups, which are super important, and a lot of fun, because people like that. We give free domain email. So if you've been paying for a domain email, now you won't have to do it if we're your hosts, okay? Before, like during the 6 months, or if you stay with us and start paying $9 a month. However, you can move your website to any other hosting that hosts WordPress websites at any time. You're the owner. You don't have to, you just tell us, hey, I've moved to another hosting service. Not a problem. We'll take you off our server and you'll continue with someone else. I do want to say something, just because I feel a little uncomfortable saying that it's $9 a month now, because after 7 years, over 7 years of also charging just $9, I am going to increase my hosting costs in 2024, just by a few small dollars. So I haven't announced it officially, but because I'm now presenting it to you, I don't want to have surprises. Regardless, you get the first 6 months free, so you can decide after that if you want to move or stay with us. So that's how the domain and hosting would work. Just so you know, Chrissy, if they give you any trouble, like Wix, for example, Wix domains is a headache because of all kinds of technical things. I don't know how I can't remember how it is with Shopify. If you want to move your domain from a Shopify, you can transfer your domain to a different registrar. That would be a company like GoDaddy or Crazy Domain. The reason I say GoDaddy is simply because they are the oldest, pretty much the most popular. Their prices are very good. Their interface for domains is very good. I don't recommend them for hosting so much, but for domains. So you can transfer domains. There is a process. It takes about 7 business days, but it's simple, and you can do that in the future if you want. That would just say bye-bye Shopify, and you pay GoDaddy each year.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone
Does anyone
else
have
has- yeah.
Yeah, any other questions? Hello to Jenny and Marie, who have joined us as well.
Hello, sorry for being so late, but I thought I'd just pop on and be part of it anyway.
Thanks, Jenny. Thank you for
Hello.
making time. I've got a
Yeah.
couple of questions that I thought may be lingering in the back of some people's minds, but they might not know to ask. First thing is, do we need to know anything about coding? Excuse me.
No, zero coding. That's part. First of all, just so you know, the entire idea of having themes and page builders like Divi is so people don't need to know any code. So no coding. Let me show you. Actually, I can show you how we edit a page. Would you like me to show that? Why am I not? What is happening with me? Okay, I don't know what's happening on my side. So I'm going to, when you will learn how to do that, but when you edit with Divi, you click on enable visual, you go to the page, you click enable visual builder, and it's now going to load the page builder, okay? Because we have a long page with a lot of things that we need to just give it a few seconds to load. And then, okay, let's just wait. Sometimes it does it like twice. Let's see that we are good. Yes. How do you know that you're in the edit mode? Because when you hover over things, you see all these boxes. I'm going to give you a 2-minute Divi tutorial. You're going to be exponentially experts in like 2 minutes. Okay. So the beauty of it is that once you understand the logic of Divi, in my opinion, you can create anything you want. So you see how we have the teal box. Let me show you here. We have a blue box, the blue boxes. You see the blue? That's called a section. Okay. Inside sections, we have the teal boxes. They are called rows. Okay. We can have multiple rows in one section. You see, this is a section, and this is a row, and this is a row, and they're all within the same big blue section that I'm in, you see? And then inside each row, there are what's called modules. They are the gray boxes. You'll see that I hover over this, it's gray, and over this, it's gray, and over this, it's gray, and over this, it's gray. The purpose of rows is simply to decide how many columns you have. You see how here we have two columns, right? We have the left side that has this text, and we have a right side that has an image, right? Let me show you a different part of the, just a second. Here we have a row as well that has just one column basically in the center. We have content in it, right? Here, on the other hand, here we have two columns, but one is narrow on the side and one is wider, right? Or where the text is, it's wide, and when that's the purpose of rows. It's so important to understand because that's how you create the layout. You decide, okay, in this section, I want to have a row that's full width, and then I want to have a row that has two sides to it. And then under that, I want to have something that has three parts to it, for example, right? So you have three columns. And once you structure all of that, you just decide what modules you're putting in them. So this is a module of a text. You see it, it's a text. This is a module of a text. This is a module of a text. This is a module of a button. This is a module of an image. You understand? We plugged in an image here, this. So you can put videos and images and opt-ins and buttons and, you know, whatever you want, all kinds of things. There are like 40 something different modules in Divi. So when you want to edit something, you simply have to ask yourself, what do I want to edit? Am I editing the section, like the background of everything? Am I changing the structure of the columns? In which case I'll go and edit the teal box, or am I changing the image or the module? Okay, in this case, an image or a button. Okay, so let's say I want to change the structure of the columns. You'll learn where to find it, but you hover over the right thing, you go to change column structures, and you see how we now have a narrow one on the left and a wide one on the right. Look what happens when I change it to the two that are the same size. It will shrink the text a little bit and make the image bigger, okay? Because it will suddenly have more space. Look what will happen. Well, it didn't make the image bigger because the image itself is not big, but it's taking more space now. Do you see? So, and that's if I want to edit the text, I don't want to confuse you because we have a special feature, but basically you can simply double click and start editing any text you want, okay? You can change the colors of everything. You can change any element that you have here. You can change it to a different image, okay? So here's the image. I want a different image. I'll remove this one. I'll add a new image, and it will put that image there. Just showing you an example. Okay, you see? As simple as that. Went in. I knew what I wanted. I went to the right module, changed it. We're done, okay? It's pretty much as simple as that. Okay, I reverted back. So yeah, sorry, Kirsty, what was the question? Now I can't remember why I started all of this.
That's right. It was about coding.
Yeah, so no
Coding.
coding. You see, no coding. Thank you. Please do mind. It's almost midnight here, so it's been a long day. Yes. Okay, ask me more.
Yeah. So has anyone got any other questions? Otherwise, I'll ask a couple more and then we'll wrap up. If anyone has anything in particular they'd like to ask. Oh, I think Tracy's talking, but you're on mute. There we go.
That's it. I always do this here. I don't really know what questions to ask. There's heaps I want to know, and my mind's just buzzing, but I don't know the questions I need to ask. I just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know.
I have had a site I have had a Divi site before. Admittedly, though, I didn't do any of it. My partner did it. And this is why we were sort of contemplating Shopify this time. Haven't really looked into it, so I don't really know much of either. he had to do some sort of coding. I mean, but he's a digital analyst anyway. But he found it time consuming. Because he would do it, I guess, of an evening or in between breaks at work when he was working at home, and it was a lot of time that he put into it. But
I can address that if you don't mind. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is exactly what I wanted to save people, right? To make it as plug and play as possible, to already create the elements. Because when you start from a blank website and you use Divi or any other thing, and you have to create every single page, connect it, create the
Yeah, because
menu, the button.
I think we picked a template and then we sort of added everything. I mean, we've got to add the text and the images anyway.
Yeah,
But
but a
there was
template
a
is
lot of
different.
behind the
Yeah.
scenes, I think, that he had to do. So that's probably where I saw all the coding and
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just want to say, No Hustle website is very unique because it's a complete website. So you can buy Divi layouts, basically Divi pages. You still have then to create the website, to decide to put the pages, and then not only edit everything, but say this button is not going to any place. It's just a template. Now I need to connect it. You need to create your menu. You need to move things. So we try to do as much as possible already. It's literally plug and play. The other thing you need to know is some people like coding. I don't know your partner, okay? So they're like, oh, I wish I wish I could do something that is not already available in Divi. For that, you can add what's called CSS code. Excuse me for a second. I'm sorry. That's why I have the water here. And then you can like do really special things. I don't recommend people focus on that. It often distracts from making progress in your work and in your business. Focusing on some special feature that you want to create that is not already built in. Plus, Divi makes so many improvements all the time that many times people don't know that it actually is built in. You can find it in the features, but they know a little bit of CSS, so they just do it with a quick code if they know it. But you do not need to know code. Every now and then someone comes to us and asks for help with something that requires a code. I'm not a coder, but I have quite a lot of experience over the years. Plus, ChatGPT has been very helpful in the last year, helping me find codes that I need. But really, it's just not something you need to worry about. I will say this, Tracy, it requires work, okay? The fact that we made it easy does not mean... What?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that we made it as simple as possible doesn't mean that you don't actually need to work and put everything and upload everything and decide on what to put in, every line of copy or image. However, I can tell you, my clients who take action, it doesn't matter what they build, those that are, serious and take action usually finish their website within 3 weeks. Okay, something like that. That's what it ends up taking. Some never finish it. Okay, I've had people that have had their websites for years and pay me for hosting. I'm like, you're not going to finish the website. Just let it go at a certain point. But the dream, right? They keep the dream. Most people who sit and concentrate and say they want to build a website and they have a date they want to launch, you sit 2-3 weeks, a couple of hours, each day, you'll get through it, no problem. And because you will be doing that yourself, you will be so empowered. I used to say that I give women tech solutions, but today I know that that's not my biggest strength. My biggest strength is to really empower women entrepreneurs to be able to run a business. Tech just happens to be one of the things that stops so many, but that's how I feel about it. And once you do it, you will know how to do things, and it will be much, much quicker, and like it won't be a hassle, which is why it's called No Hassle. Yeah.
So true.
So,
And what's really important to know is that building a website or having a website for your business is just one element of your business, and that's what will create the confidence and the motivation and determination to get to the next stage of your business as well. So whether you go with Shopify, or whether you go with the No Hassle website, or whether you go with one of the other platforms, what I love about this particular platform is that you get all the tech support, so you're never alone. And there's a Facebook group that Netta has as well, so you can ask questions in there as well as open a support ticket with the tech support. So you join this community of women and people that are on their own business journey, and I find that that's quite encouraging as well.
Yeah, and just for the record, the group that I have is a closed group for all my clients. There are like 3,500 people there. It's a very lively and zero drama group. You just post what you need, and either myself, someone on my team, or other members of the community will answer. Because if you have a question, someone has probably gone through it just recently, someone else, and they know the answer, or someone else already answered. It's very, very easy and accessible. It's not one of those groups where you put a question and it dies, of the solitude. It's very active, but all super, supportive, and that's the way it's always been. And on top of that, you just open a support ticket if you need. I often, we tell people, they ask a question in the group, and we tell them to open a ticket, and that's because we need to go to the back end of your website and make you a little video and show you. By the way, I'm going to show off now, not really show off. I don't know if you saw, Kirsty, did you see my post today in the group about my Loom videos? Okay.
No. Oh, yes, I did. Yes.
I use Loom to send out, we all use in my team, but I use Loom to send out support tickets. That's how I always do it. I record a little video if you don't know what Loom is. Today Loom sent the yearly report. I am at the top 1% of all recorders. I made 5,000 videos in 2023. 5,000, you heard right. Like, this is what we do all day. We just help the community, okay? So you're never alone. You just need to ask for support, and we'll be here for you with a little video, most likely. Okay, just a nice tangent.
There's one more thing that I want to just say, and that's a huge thank you to Netta for coming on tonight, particularly because it's now midnight in Canada where she is located. But she's come into the group to share her passion, wisdom, and knowledge with us all. I hope that no matter what decision you take and where you end up building your business websites, I hope that you enjoy the process and are excited by the prospect of creating more business and more sales for yourself with your candle journey. So thank you everyone
so
for
much.
coming.
Yeah, thank you, Kirsty. Can I just say one more thing? My support or availability to answer your questions remains beyond this session. I'm not in Kirsty's group, but you can email. You just go to nohasslewebsite.com and go to the contact page, and you can email us, and you can say, please assign to Netta, and then my team will assign it to me. Okay, that's all you need to do to get to me. It's very simple. So feel free to ask any question. And I always say, there is no best solution. Okay, No Hassle website is not the best website in the world. Okay, it's not the best. It's something that is really helpful for many women, and I made it, and I support it in a way that I know that helps many women in my community. However, I always say the best solution is the one that will get you to take action. Okay, Shopify is also a Canadian company. Yay, Canada is a great company. Okay, it's simply a different business model and a different platform. Okay, it's just as good if it will get you to grow your business and build your business. I'm always about choose the best one for you. There is no best solution. It doesn't matter how long you're going to search for it. You won't find the best one. You just have to decide and move forward with that, regardless of which option it is. That's it. That was my spiel for the end of the day.
Thank you, Netta, so much for coming on the call. Does anyone have any questions for me? Maybe if you want to say goodbye, Netta, I'll just field any other further questions, because I know it's late for you. I don't want to keep you up too much longer.
I'm a night person. It's okay. But yes, I will say goodbye, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Those who celebrate, happy Merry Christmas, I guess. And I'm available if you want. Thank you so much, Kirsty, for inviting me, and take care, everyone. Bye-bye, ciao.
Thanks, Netta. Bye.
Bye.
All right. right, I will just hit stop on the recording. But what I'll do first is I'll pop my link, the No Hassle website link in the chat. So if anyone wants to go and have a look and have a bit of a play with all the different features and to see a little bit more detail, you can certainly do that. But I'll stop recording now. And then, yeah, if anyone has any other questions, please let me know in the Facebook group.